All right, peace. Let's talk Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade is trying to uh, lure what's his name, Chris Eubanks, into a championship fight with him for the WBO. I guess he's going to move up. I guess he wants to move up to 168 pounds. I think that the only reason why he hasn't officially did it is because the people up there at 168 pounds, along with the people at 160, they don't want to fight this dude, man. And see, this is a shame in boxing. I remember a couple of years ago, I was listening to, I think why, no, it was Bushido Boxing, and he had a guy YSM Sports, I believe. They were sitting back having a discussion about Demetrius Andrade. This is when the Charlo thing kept coming up because supposedly 7 or 6 years ago he was supposed to fight Charlo, the younger Charlo, which is the undisputed world junior middleweight champion, and you know he pulled out over some money issue. I guess like, and when I look at it now, I understand why he did that. Is because he felt as though that he was the champion, and he felt like he should have got the majority of the purse. And see, that's what happens all the time in boxing. Like when you have the big names and things of this nature, they get majority of the purse, and he was the champion at the time. He was the WBO junior middleweight champion, and I guess like he had like some type of contract issues, money issues with. I think he was signed to Rock Nation or something like that, and I guess they made the fight with the Charlos, and over money issues he pulled out, and ever since then the man has had a rocky career after doing that. And they was talking about that on Bushido Boxing. Him, I think in YSM Sports or something like that, and they was saying YSM Sports was saying that, how can we trust this guy? And here it is, he pulled out of the fight 6 years ago. And this is a shame because we're talking about 6 years ago. 6 years ago, people have done made 6 years ago, I did a lot of stupid things. So, what are we saying? We're saying just because let's say he made a mistake and he did that 6 years ago, right? He's wrong, right? So, you're going to judge the man off of what he did 6 years ago, and instead of looking at a man in the present, what is he doing now? And see, what he's doing now is he calling out every fighter in the division. He's been calling out Canelo ever since 154 pounds. Ever since 154 pounds, he's been calling out Canelo Alvarez. He moved up to 160. He's been calling out all the fighters, everybody. Jaime Mugia. He's been calling out Charlo. He's been calling out Canelo, Triple G, everybody, all the champions at the division. Now he's calling out fighters at 168 pounds. He's calling out fighters at 168 pounds. He's calling out Benavidez, Plant, whoever. Whoever wants to smoke at 168 pounds, he's calling out these people. And see, this is this is a testament of the boxers in these weight classes. And the boxers, they can't make the excuse and say that fighting Demetrius Andrade is a high risk, low reward is because he has the money to back him so that these people can get paid. When he wanted to fight Charlo, the older brother, at 168 pounds, he was with the zone. I believe that he's not with the zone no more, right? But when he was campaigning with the zone promotions, he was saying that Charlo can make between $5 or $7 million to fight him. This is how much money that those the people over there in UK was looking to pay this man to fight Demetrius Andrade. He did not fight this guy. He's sitting up here talking about I don't make fights, my promotional team makes fights. This is what people have been letting these people get away with for the longest, right? He wanted to fight Canelo Alvarez. Canelo disrespected the man, called him a horrible fighter, but no good to Canelo Alvarez. No good to that cheapskate is because he went up there to 174 pounds and got dusted off by a well-schooled Demetrius Bivol. And Demetrius said that. He said, look, here it is. He called me a horrible fighter, but he got beat by a basic fighter. And that's what happened to his stupid butt. And I'm glad that he lost. Is because it should humble him. But see, he's not humble. It's because instead of him going and getting the fight, the rematch, he gonna move down to 160 pounds now, right? He moved down to 160 pounds, and then he turn around and he fight Canelo out. I mean, he fight Triple G. Triple G is 40 years old now. He's 40 years old, and then he turn around and fight Triple G for a third fight. This is the stupidity that's going on in boxing. See all these boxers and all these fans when they talk about these Charlo fans and these Triple G fans, these Canelo fans, whoever the fans of these champions out here, y'all always talk about how that this the best fight in the world, but see your best fighters, they don't want to fight against the best fighters. Demetrius Andrade been calling out all these boxers. Now look what Chris Eubanks is doing. Chris Eubanks is trying to fight uh what's his name? What is that boy name? His father used to be a boxer. He fought against Gerald McClellan. Nigel Bennett. He trying to fight Conor Ben at a catch weight. He's 168 pounds now. And he's trying to fight Conor Ben at a catch weight of 150 some pounds. That don't even make any sense. Here it is, and Demetrius Andrade is trying to fight this guy. Now, it's a strong chance that Chris Eubanks is not going to fight Demetrius Andrade. This what shows you that these fighters do not want to fight the best fighters. This man, Demetrius Andrade, can possibly retire undefeated, not because he fought against the best fighters, it's because the best fighters don't want to fight this guy. They talk all this stuff. The Charlo brothers is on record saying that they're going to blackball Demetrius Andrade because he didn't fight them 7 years ago. And Demetrius Andrade said that he signed the contract 6 years or 7 years ago. He said that he signed the contract. So why is Charlo allowed to go around and make statements like this? He's able to go around and say that look, we're gonna blackball this guy. They should be sued because if you're doing that, you're stopping an individual from from competing, and you're stopping the individual from providing for his family. They should be sued over something like that. You can't say things like, just like if we say something about the homosexual community or the Jewish community, and then you got all these different organizations, they gonna come after your behind because you made disparaging remarks about a group or a religion of people. The same thing should happen with Demetrius Andrade or anybody else that's being blackballed or being kept away from providing for their family. Because at the end of the day, this is a job, this is a skill, and a person shouldn't be robbed of the opportunity of being great. See, this man been calling out everybody at the 168-pound division. Now he's calling out people at the 168-pound division. Benavidez, Plant, anybody at 168 pounds can get it. Anybody at 160 pounds can get it. Why is it that these guys are not trying to fight this man? This man is like 34 or 35 years old. This shows you the level of champions that we have at these divisions. Peace.